top of the Premier Division. Skipper Richard Gough is suspended, so Dave McPherson returns after missing the last 9 games. And injured Gordon Durie won't be risked, so 24-goal Mark Hateley is partnered up front by this man, Ali McCoist, on his 3rd comeback attempt of the season after various injuries. It's only the 7th time he's been in the starting lineup, the last was in November, although he still managed to score 4 goals. And now for something completely different. Not too many problems for Billy Lamont in picking this Alloa team with only 14 players in his squad. Central defender Colin Campbell, sent off against Stenhousemuir last week, misses out. Willie Newbigging will move back into the defence, and experienced Peter Lamont slots in further forward. It's unlikely to be a quiet afternoon for Jim Butter, the keeper whose surname could spark off more than a few Sunday paper headlines. Signed from St Johnstone, he was man of the match in the 3rd round defeat of Ross County, and so far hasn't lost a Tennant Scottish Cup goal. The man in the middle this afternoon is Jerry Evans from Bishopbriggs. And Alloa kick off on a big day in the lives of all these players. Just getting here assures them of a cheque approaching £100,000, the club. Now they're embarking on another mission to give the holders the fright of their lives. McCall racing on, Mikhailichenko tries to pick him out, but it wasn't the ball McCall was looking for. That was a promising break down the left. Robertson's long throw, looks for Hateley. Away from McCullough. Tate it was. Ian Ferguson, McCoist. There's the shot, rattling off the top of the crossbar. Well, he's short of top-team action as Ali McCoist. When he gets in the box and finds the ball, he knows what to do with it. Rangers pushing forward in numbers. Mikhailichenko, McPherson again. Ferguson this time. Hateley's head. Ferguson! Fine save by Jim Butter. Ian Ferguson really caught that one. And Butter, who is so outstanding in the last round against Ross County, again showing his abilities on the goal line. Knocked down by Hateley. Not a good attempt at the clearance from McNiven. And Ferguson really caught that shot. Butter's organising. Chance that was for Mark Hateley. Don't think he thought it was coming to him, because he was completely unmarked for the header from that corner. Hateley so close there to goal number 25 of the season. It was more surprise, I think, that made Mark Hateley put the header off target. Well, Jim Butter's kept a clean sheet for the first 12 minutes of this match. Ian Ferguson, that's a fine ball which finds Stuart McCall. Hateley running to the near post, there's Mikhailichenko. And Ferguson. And again, it's Butter well behind it. Didn't have to move quite so far as he did for the last one from Ferguson. But again, it was powerfully hit. Jim Butter showing no shortage of confidence in dealing with these long-range efforts. It was well saved. Ali McCoist comes short for it. Tackled from behind by Gavin Tate. And a free kick for that challenge. And McCoist looking for the layoff, and that was late from Tate. Ferguson's free kick, nodded down, and that was a tremendous save from Trevor Stephen by Jim Butter. He couldn't have seen too much of that one. This time diving to his left, not only stopped it but held it. Dave McPherson's knocked down, Trevor Stephen was sharp, and Butter even sharper. David Robertson has it. Hateley to Mikhailichenko, saw the run and directed the header downwards. McInerney did superbly well with the tackle. Trevor Stephen comes across to take the corner. John Brown and Dave McPherson are in the area. Here's McPherson. McCall's alongside Ferguson if he wants him. Back to Stevens. Gary Stevens again, and John Brown. Plenty of passing, but Rangers want the ball in the box. Now it is there from Brown, and the header from Mark Hateley. You can't get much closer than that. John Brown's cross, and the Hateley header rocketing back off the bar. Well, Rangers getting closer and closer to this opening goal. Hateley underneath it again, there's the header, and there's the McCoist head flick. But Jim Butter clutches the ball to his chest. Trevor Stevens' corner, obviously difficult for Alloa to contend with Mark Hateley, and there was the McCoist head flick. Ian Ferguson, Mark Hateley's away, only McCoist in support at the moment. Let's see Mikhailichenko's there if he wants him. Return from Trevor Stephen. Chance for the cross. Butter's fingertips, and gets it at the second attempt. Maybe a touch fortunate there, Jim Butter, as he failed to grab it at the first attempt. It was a teasing cross from Ukrainian Mikhailichenko. It was curling out and away from the goalkeeper, but he certainly reacted well to foil Trevor Stephen. Gary Stevens, and Stephen, shooting chance, still not cleared. Mikhailichenko just lobs it up, still not away, and it's off the post, and in from Ian Ferguson. Rangers fans cheer with as much relief as delight. Ian Ferguson, who's had plenty of attempts in the first half, finally succeeds. Trevor Stephen initially looked for the shooting opportunity. It broke back off McCulloch, and eventually it found its way across to Ian Ferguson, and this time scoring off the inside of the post. So Alloa, who've defended so bravely for the first half hour or so, are finally breached. Here's Andy Willock. McCormack, tackled by Dave McPherson. Across comes Gary Stevens. Lamont wins it. It's a good cross, and what a chance at the far post for Andy Willock. The Rangers fan, he's got two Bond seats here, so close to scoring against the team he supports. Lamont's cross, and the header not too far away. Hateley knocks it down for Mikhailichenko. There's a good cross. McCoist can't quite get the contact. McCulloch turned it back, and Alloa are in trouble here. It's an indirect free kick. Well, it looked as if Alloa had dealt with the immediate problem, which was McCoist's opportunity in the area. But the pass back held by Butter, and that of course means an indirect free kick. And some frantic goings on now as every Alloa player is behind the ball, and Rangers have a golden chance to make it two, working out their tactics. John Brown and Mark Hateley on the ball, Stephen, Ferguson, Mikhailichenko all behind it. Ali McCoist is there as well. What the Rangers have up their sleeve. Brown to McCoist. It's off target. Consolation from Steve McCormack. A wry smile on the face of Ali McCoist. The one thing he didn't want to do there was not put it on target. Rangers happy to be in front, but they'd like the lead to be a bit more convincing. The minutes in the first half ticking away. Ali McCoist wins a corner kick. Came off Gavin Tate, who was claiming otherwise, and maybe he had a case, judging by the face of Ali McCoist. Trevor Stevens' corner. Haitley's there. It's away from John McNiven. Ferguson has Brown inside, but picks out Trevor Stephen. Turns inside McEnany. McPherson scores! It's 2-0. And on his comeback game, Dave McPherson gives Rangers a healthier-looking first-half lead. It was maybe a rash challenge, that, by McEnany, because it allowed Trevor Stephen time to measure the cross. And McPherson made the most of it. It's a loose one again from Butter, which Haitley couldn't quite pick up on, but Mikhailichenko has it, and Stephen through the middle. Trevor Stephen couldn't quite get there. Having a few problems with the kicks, Jim Butter, but he certainly hasn't had any problems with his hands. He's pulled off a series of magnificent first-half saves, but eventually Butter was beaten after 32 minutes. When Ian Ferguson scored for Rangers, huge sigh of relief around the stadium, and Dave McPherson's header from Trevor Stevens' cross made it 2. But Alloa have retained their pride and can take a lot from this first half performance, but they trail Rangers by 2-0. Rangers restart. They put 4 goals past Dumbarton in the last round of the Cup, and they'd like to at least match that total, I'm sure, in the second half. And they do have £4 million man Duncan Ferguson on the bench, and we may well see him before the second half is out. Dave McPherson, one of the first half scorers, to John Brown. Ali McCoist chasing, and Butter off the line. Good touch again from McAvoy. He's a promising player. Offside though against McCormack. Tommy Doyle spotted it. Ian Ferguson to Stephen. Haitley trying to get away from his marker. It's not been easy for him. Gary Stevens. Haitley's at the near post, and McCoist's at the far post. How did I miss it? That seems to be what Ali McCoist is saying to himself. Haitley drew the defence to the near post. Ali McCoist climbed high, but the header was also too high. Keith McCulloch was under the long ball. McEnany hustled out of it by Mikhailichenko. John Brown taking his time before delivering the pass. There it is, David Robertson. Mikhailichenko onto the left foot. Haitley, McCoist! He's done it! Ali's 5th goal of the season, and that's number 3. Delivering a message to the Rangers fans, and he was hardly going to miss from this sort of position. Mikhailichenko worked the opening. Haitley couldn't get there, but McCoist could. And the chorus of Super Ali as Mikhailichenko really tied the Alloa defence in knots here, and the cutback set up an easy scoring chance. McNiven in. McCormack chases, Andy Gorham's out, and Andy Gorham not happy with the high boot from Steve McCormack, and, well, John Brown should not have raised his hand there. McCormack dumped on the ground, and John Brown could be in trouble here. The referee was on the spot to deal with that situation, and Brown was ill-advised to get involved. First it's yellow for McCormack, and now John Brown will learn his punishment. Well, some might consider John Brown fortunate to escape with yellow, having raised his hands against McCormack. Here was the incident, and John McCormack was dumped John Mackay had more time there on the ball if he'd known about it. But he only succeeds in giving Rangers back possession. Trevor Stephen will look to make the most of it. Haitley, Stephen! Glorious move by Rangers, and all that was missing was the finish. Trevor Stephen started it, he took the return from Haitley, and he very nearly finished it. A fraction wide. McInerney, he does well. Now this is promising for Alloa, they've got players forward. Lamott's on the far side, McAvoy's in the middle, McCormick's there too. McInerney! Well, that was a great break by Alloa. Niven was in support for him. It broke back for him. And it came off Fandy Gorham and away to safety for Rangers. Well, they haven't been too much near the Rangers goal, so they'll want to make the most of Ramsey's corner. The shot off the bar from McCullough. And a chance for McInerney in the box as well. Well, twice in the space of a minute, Mike McInerney could have got what it would have been for him a memorable goal. It was Ramsey's corner which caused the problems for Rangers. They never really dealt with it properly. McCullough's shot off the crossbar, Gorham beaten, and eventually it broke back from McInerney, just a couple of feet wide. Away from Mikhailichenko, well, yards and yards for Ian Ferguson to make progress. It's 3 against 3. Haitley's in the middle, Ferguson is there too. Ali McCoist can pull it back, but he tried the shot and it was blocked by Butter. Well, there were options in the middle for McCoist, but having rounded Mackay, he tried the shot. There's Pressley making headway. Barry Moffat chasing, but he can't make much impression on the Pressley run. McCoist leaves it for Stephen. Haitley's head flick. McCoist! It's a fine goal by Rangers, the McCoist-Haitley combination at its very best. Goal number 2 of the game for McCoist. 4 against Barton in the 3rd round, and now 4 against Alloa in the 4th round. The Haitley head flick, he knew exactly where McCoist was going to be, and the finish was perfection. Trevor Stephen initially saw the Haitley run, and Mark Haitley knew exactly what was happening round about him there. A finely created goal. And McAvoy now. Game swinging from one end to the other. McCormick wants it, slips though, and McAvoy tries the shot, and it was useful enough to force Andy Gorham to move sharply. McAvoy's got a good left foot. Meanwhile, Ali McCoist, and it comes off. Willie Newbigging for an own goal. It's tragedy for Alloa's top scorer. 7 at the right end this season, and that's 1 at the wrong end. McCoist tried to turn inside the Alloa defender, and as Newbigging tried to cut out the danger, he succeeded only in touching it past Butter for Rangers' 5th. Tate infield to Steve Ramsey. Well, he was hassled out of that by Ian Ferguson. And now Ferguson can prompt something for Rangers, looking for McCoist, and well saved by Butter. Butter offers his consolation. Ali McCoist thought he was on the hat-trick. The far post header, but Butter was alive to it. David Robertson, and that's a penalty kick. A collision which looked more clumsy than malicious. but the penalty was the only decision that Jerry Evans could come to. Pushed the ball past Mackay, who was committed to that challenge. Ali McCoist will take the kick for Rangers and scores the McCoist hat-trick, and that's 6 for Rangers. That takes McCoist's tally for the season to 7, giving Jim Butter not a hope. McAvoy to McCormack. McEnany. That wasn't where Steve McCormack was gesturing that he wanted the pass. Ferguson sees Robertson with some room to again push forwards. Haitley's flick for Mikhailichenko. McNiven did well. Ramsey. Neil McAvoy. Substitute Moffat. Gavin Tate is putting his large frame into the box as McCormack goes down in that challenge. And McAvoy certainly fancies his chances of putting one of these long-range efforts past Andy Gorham. So far he's been unsuccessful. Well, that was the challenge from McPherson on McCormack, which Alloa were hopeful about, and the shot eventually high and wide. And the final whistle goes at Ibrox. Rangers have won by 6 goals to 0, but Alloa can surely take a lot of pride from this battling performance. They've given everything all the way through. Ali McCoist, on his comeback to the starting lineup for Rangers, scored a hat-trick. Alloa take away close on a 6-figure cheque for their efforts, but it's the Ibrox team who are through to the draw for the quarter-finals of the Tennant Scottish Cup. Rangers 6, Alloa Athletic 0.
Ali, your first hat-trick of the season. It's taken a wee while.
Yeah, I was very pleased, Rob. I think I felt the way the game was going, I was never going to score, but I got the first goal, and to get a hat-trick in my first game, full game back, was really pleasing.
Alloa made it really tough for you. I mean, it took 32 minutes to break them down.
Yeah, I think, to be fair, Alloa were magnificent today. They had 1 or 2 individual performances that were outstanding, none more so than their goalkeeper. I felt he had a couple of saves that were really great, magnificent. He had 1 save from Ian Ferguson, I think, in the first half, where Fergie met it perfectly, and he got down to his right-hand side and produced a terrific save. I think they'd 1 or 2. I think they'll have enjoyed their day, and I hope they certainly have anyway. And as I said, I'm very impressed with the goalkeeper.
Difficult game for Rangers to contend with because so much is expected.
That's right. I think, with all due respect, I think we're on a hiding to nothing really. I think if we score 4 or 5 goals, we're expected to score them. If we don't score 4 or 5 goals, then it's not been a good day for us. So I think the pleasing point about our performance today was we went about our job in a professional manner, and we gave Alloa the respect they deserved, and we scored 1 or 2 good goals. And to score 6 against MD nowadays isn't easy.
And from your point of view, you looked very fit and very sharp.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was great to get back up front with Big Mark. It's going to be great now. The competition for places is smashing. There's Big Duncan there in jukebox when he gets back fit. So it's all shaping up well, hopefully, for a good run to the end of the season.
Thanks, Ali.
Thank you.
Walter Smith names 10 full internationals in that team. John Brown is the odd man out, and he's dealt with his embarrassment of riches in attack by leaving out Alexei Mikhailichenko and selecting Ali McCoist, Mark Haitley and Gordon Jury. The former Spurs striker has scored 8 goals in 13 matches as a striker since his £1.2 million transfer, but he could operate this afternoon wide on the left side of midfield. And the referee this afternoon, in his 5th season as a Grade 1 official, is Martin Clark from Edinburgh. The Starks Park pitch is in remarkably good condition. Very soft, it will cut up, I fancy, but in the context of all the matches off in Scotland today, it's a real credit to the ground staff that this match should take place in such good conditions. And a very important match for both sides. Raith Rovers protecting an undefeated record against Rangers this season and trying very hard to generate points to fight out of that relegation area. Rangers, of course, trying to assert themselves further at the top of the table. So Rovers trying to get forward here. A quick turn inside the area, a good header away by Brown. Good work by Crawford. And still Crawford in the clear. This is a good chance for Raith Rovers. And it's driven just wide by Colin Cameron. Well, a golden opportunity right at the start of the match, created here by Stevie Crawford's excellent work, coming in from the left, setting that up for Colin Cameron, and he'll feel he really should have hit the target from there. Good play by Cameron. They're making progress on the left, closed down rapidly by Gary Stevens. Trevor Stephen provides cover. Back it goes to Sinclair. Oh, plenty of dig in that finish from David Sinclair. Strong man in the Raith Rovers midfield. Well, good running here by Dare, going inside the two English internationals to tee this up for Sinclair, who pulled that off target. Back now with Cameron. Good pass that to find Dare. The early cross delivered. And a fine effort by Graham. What an excellent sweeping attack from Raith Rovers. From deep inside their own half. Superb play. A quality pass there to find Jason Dare from Colin Cameron. That was aimed for Graham, and it was very close indeed. Heatherstone was impeded there by Ferguson. Free kick to Raith Rovers. So Coyle takes the free kick, looking for Graham. Crowd going up very early indeed. Certainly finding life uncomfortable against Graham. Sinclair played it early for Crawford. And that's a great goal for Raith Rovers, scored by Stevie Crawford. And yet another splendid attack pays off. Ball played in quickly there by Sinclair. Just look at the way Crawford goes to this. Gorham is caught in no man's land. He's totally beaten by the little flick over the top. And Raith Rovers are in front. 15 minutes of the first half gone. A dramatic opening. And little more than Raith Rovers deserve for the quality of their attacking play. Back killer from Haitley. The boys couldn't take that on the run. There's Heatherstone. And that, remarkably, is the first goal Raith Rovers have scored in the month of February. Quality goal from a very impressive young striker. This is Gordon Jury. Well, that's good running. Well, the referee waves aside the penalty claims. Well, the Rangers number 11 is totally incensed, and I have to say from this position that it did look to be a clear foul on Jury. Referee Martin Clark, though, was ideally positioned, and it will be a yellow card, I'm sure, for Jury for the outburst following a decision not to give a penalty. Well, now, what a moment that was when Gordon Jury had possession outside the box, showed a lovely change of pace to go into the box, was driving into a gap well inside the area when he was brought down there by John McStay, and that looked to me to be a clear penalty kick. Dennis never away from Haitley. Stephen to Ferguson. This is Robertson. And once again, Sean Dennis is there to challenge Haitley. He's had a very good first quarter of the match, Sean Dennis, against Mark Haitley. More work to do here, though. Haitley trying to get to that.